Hello there. Thank you so much for joining us. This is News Channel Nebraska. My name's Eric McKay. Let's take a look at our top headlines today. Today's Earth Day. The founders say the annual celebration inspiring billions to take action globally on climate change. But on this particular Earth Day, a U.S. city below sea level, one of several recovering from flooding. Amy Kiley has more from New Orleans and other flood-ravaged parts of the country.
This is insane.
On this Earth Day, parts of the U.S. are dealing with ongoing flood risks after deadly storms.
I'm in a truck SUV and the water is like almost halfway up my door. It's crazy out here.
This video is from the New Orleans area, where some evening commuters had to take refuge on higher ground yesterday.
Welcome to Nola River. As y'all can see, this is going on. I've been stuck here for like 30 minutes.
We see all the cars, look around.
Some who ventured out appear to have encountered difficulty, including stalls and at least one crash.
When's your shift supposed to end?
5 o'clock.
You think you're going to get home?
9 o'clock.
The Army Corps of Engineers says it took advantage of the high water to test a spillway north of the city.
We're expecting it to crest at 16.5 feet on April 30th. We do this when the river's high enough, as you all can see behind me. The river's pushing through the structure itself, and that's very close to when we actually operate, how conditions are.
Flooding also in parts of the Houston area yesterday. In Oklahoma, several people are dead after weekend storms. They include 2 children and their mothers who were swept away in floodwaters. Officials say dozens of others required high water rescues. I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
When the next severe weather event happens, don't get caught in the dark. Power your kitchen, HVAC, and communication systems with a Jackery solar-capable generator. Just click on our YouTube affiliate shopping tab and you're on your way.
Closer to home, a controlled burn near Ainsworth got out of control fairly quickly yesterday, kicking up massive flames and sending firefighters from a number of different departments racing to contain it. A 62-mile-an-hour wind gust was reported just north of town about 4 p.m., according to the Brown County Sheriff's Office. Crews from nearby Wood Lake, Ainsworth, Long Pine, and Valentine all worked on the fire, including a plane from Valentine hitting it from above. It's not clear how big the fire got. No structures were destroyed. Meanwhile, a second fire was reported northwest of Norden. The Cherry and Kippahaw County emergency manager told NCN that had been brought under control. Nebraska also saw some severe thunderstorms late Monday. More could be on the way later this week. When you see those weather alerts announced on social media, they're typically presented in both English and Spanish. That may not be the case much longer. The NWS says it's pausing its translated weather alerts. Maribel Gonzalez spoke with experts who say this change could, for some, mean the difference between life and death.
I don't think anyone really prepared for it to be this high of water.
September 2024, Hurricane Helene hit western North Carolina, causing power outages, collapsed roads, and catastrophic flooding.
Him and me are both from Florida, so we've seen a lot of hurricanes, but I've never seen anything like this.
Despite the National Weather Service issuing alerts, the disaster claimed the lives of 107 people in the state.
There was a big article just a few months before the floods there that rated Asheville one of the safest places to live in the United States from a climate change point of view. And then they suffered massive, devastating, costly floods that they're still cleaning up from.
Without weather warnings, experts say the death toll could have been higher.
Weather alerts save lives. I mean, there's no question about that. If we know a hurricane is coming, if we know a tornado is coming, we can take shelter. We can be safe where we otherwise would be at peril.
But now the National Weather Service is only putting out alerts in English. The agency declined an interview, but sent a statement saying they paused the translation service, quote, due to a contract lapse.
We got a tornado!
It comes as experts warn of more extreme weather due to climate change.
The whole planet is affected, and that means no place is really exempt.
Arguing that access to weather alerts is vital.
It doesn't have to be an extreme event to be a matter of public health and safety.
I'm Maribel Gonzalez reporting.
A project designed to house 500 units in Norfolk garnering support from the City Council. Norfolk City Council holding a public hearing to consider a declaration of blighted and substandard conditions for a redevelopment area north of State Highway 35 and Benjamin Avenue.
The common misunderstanding is that if a piece of ground is not developed or if it's just farm ground, then there's no way it can be declared blighted. But in this case, that ground is not serving its highest and best use for the community. You can see how the community's going around it, and it's been undeveloped because the elevation is such an issue. It's so flat. Stormwater drainage is going to be an issue. In order to get sanitary and water in there, it's going to be a lot more expensive than if the elevation was ideal. So instead of saying blighted and substandard, I like to refer to it as underdeveloped. It just means that something is in the way of developing this property that's extremely expensive.
The council vote was 6-1. Councilwoman Sue Beckman cast the lone no vote, saying during the meeting she didn't feel the property fit the description of blighted. Developers, meanwhile, say they hope to be able to accommodate between 1,200 and 1,400 residents. A southeast Nebraska community has its new police chief. He's a veteran law enforcement officer who will have logged 3.5 decades of law enforcement service this summer. Doug Kennedy has more.
Jay Murphy has been appointed Beatrice police chief after having served as director and interim chief for the department. Mayor Bob Morgan said Murphy was the only candidate applying and testing for the position, going through the Civil Service Commission process.
One of my philosophies has always been that there's a difference between management and leadership. Management is one of those things that you assign. Leadership cannot. Leadership is earned. And I will tell you that Chief has done a great job of earning respect and leadership with the people that he supervises.
Murphy, who will make about $113,000 annually, will lead a department with over 20 sworn officers, a crime victims unit, and communications center. The former lieutenant had been appointed to direct the department after the resignation of Chief John Hickman in November of 2023.
I just wanted to express my gratitude to the mayor, city administrator, and the council, the community, for their confidence they have in me in doing this, and especially my officers.
Murphy said he's had a lot of support from the community that makes him proud to work for the city and lead Beatrice Police. From Beatrice, Doug Kennedy, News Channel, Nebraska.
A University of Nebraska campus celebrating a culture full of color, rhythm, and tradition. For the first time ever, the University of Nebraska at Kearney hosted Mariachi Day. UNK welcoming students and the local community to experience the tradition of mariachi music and folklorico dance. Performer Ana Rodriguez guided students through the dance steps and shared the cultural roots of mariachi, even showcasing traditional dress styles. School staff saw the inaugural event as a success among students.
I just have been so excited because the students have had a blast. They've really enjoyed the events today, and I think they've learned a lot about mariachi music.
Mariachi Day, the first of its kind at UNK. School officials say it's hopefully just the beginning of further events that will celebrate the art of other cultures.
It's actually the first in a series that we're trying to start here in world music pedagogy, where you study music from a different culture by looking at it through its own lens. So you have someone who is a music specialist from that culture to teach you about the music and the dance.
The celebration of traditional Mexican music and dance was held as part of the university's annual Latin Day. And communities across Nebraska can show off their developments each year in hopes of winning an award from the Nebraska Department of Economic Development. Only one town could be recognized, though, and the 2025 community winner was presented on Monday. Ryan Valenta has more.
The City of Hastings is the latest winner of the Nebraska Showcase Community Award, and city officials and state leaders gathered at Hastings College Monday morning to be presented a plaque by Governor Jim Pillen honoring the community for the award that's only given out to one Nebraska community per year. Governor Pillen and those state leaders tell us more on why Hastings was chosen for this prestigious award.
I'd like to present you with the Community Development Governor's Showcase Community Award awarded to Hastings for 2025. Congratulations.
The City of Hastings is this year's Nebraska Showcase Community for the second time since 2017, since this annual award was created in the year 2000. According to the Nebraska Department of Economic Development, Hastings earned the award by distinguishing itself through achievements to enhance local quality of life and encouraging economic growth. DED Director Casey Baylitz cited several ongoing projects in the city as the deciding factor in the award.
Hastings is a great example of downtown revitalization and some of the extraordinary industrial development that's happening here, and the housing, and just really a breadth of accomplishments in this last year, which certainly earned Hastings the recognition as Showcase Community for this year.
Dozens of Hastings leaders that deal with either development, housing, or industrial sectors attended Monday's ceremony, and with too many people to thank individually, Hastings Area Chamber of Commerce Executive Director Shannon Landauer made sure to thank everyone whose name may slip under the radar otherwise.
I will say it's a little bit overwhelming when you wake up every day and you get to represent this community and do work to improve the lives of people that you'll maybe never meet. They'll never know that, and you don't need to thank you, but all of you are so willing to do that, and you're all very much appreciated.
During the ceremony, Governor Pillen also proclaimed April as Community Development Month in Nebraska and hopes the presentation of this award and his proclamation will help spark other communities across the state to join the movement of growing their communities.
I want to make sure people walk away feeling great about the role they play and the difference they make in community, and then that other communities can say, well, if they can do it in Hastings, we can do it in our home as well.
While Hastings is the winner of this year's Nebraska Showcase Community Award, applications for this annual award are open year-round, and any community in the entire state can nominate themselves on the Nebraska Department of Economic Development's website. Reporting from Hastings College, I'm Ryan Valenta with News Channel Nebraska.
And you can stay up to date with the very latest by following us online. Head to newschannelnebraska.com and click on the News tab there. You can also follow us on X, like us on Facebook and Instagram as well. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. This is News Channel Nebraska.